Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's exclusively Esther, and before I start this video, I really have to thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. Like, I wasn't really expecting to get that much people subscribe to my channel on the first day and actually have people view my first upload. I'm really thankful for that. Thank you guys so much. Today's video isn't really what I planned. Before I started this channel, I had in mind how I would upload the first upload, the second one, but I feel like there's a little bit of an adjustment now. So after the first video I made, I got some comments that actually made me feel like I need to film this. Some people were like, if Android is that great, why then did I switch to an iPhone? I mean, if you miss all these features in an Android, why did you have to switch, or why did you switch to an iPhone? So I'm going to actually make this video to talk about the basic features that I find interesting in an iPhone that actually made me switch to an iPhone. So let me not waste you guys time. Let's just get into the video. The main reason I actually switched to an iPhone was because I feel like I needed a change. Change is constant. You're never going to take that away. Change is very much constant. So I felt like I've used Android for such a long time, and switching to an iPhone is something that I felt like I needed. Like, I just needed to switch. And again, the number one feature that actually made me switch to an iPhone is the camera quality. I know we have some great Android that have interesting or amazing camera quality, but I still feel like iPhone has the best camera quality. You can quote me wrong, fine, but that's just my opinion. I feel like iPhone has an amazing camera quality. Like, if you really want to get the most out of your camera, using an iPhone is literally the best. So the number one feature that I find interesting in an iPhone is the camera quality. The camera quality is top notch. Apple really invests a lot in their camera quality, and it actually pays, because this is an era of social media influencers. People actually make videos, people create content, people want to take nice pictures. So using an iPhone can actually make you get the best out of your camera. It's incredible. I film with my iPhone 11 Pro Max. That's what I'm using for my YouTube. That's basically my YouTube camera, and I just like the quality. It shoots in 4K, which is amazing. So the iPhone camera quality is just something that is very, very interesting. And if you're somebody that appreciates aesthetics, when you want to take your pictures, when you want to make videos, using an iPhone is the best for you, because you're going to get the best out of the camera. So the second thing that made me switch to an iPhone is the security. There's one thing about Apple, like, if you have an iPhone, it's different from when you have an Android. Like, the years that I had my Android, when you want to like share apps, you can actually get a friend that has an Android. You guys can share app. Maybe you want to get WhatsApp and you don't have WhatsApp in your phone. You can use Bluetooth to send WhatsApp. You can use Zender. You can use Flash Share. There are so many applications you can use in an Android to exchange files. We don't have it in an iPhone, which I think is incredible, because that is one of the reasons why Androids don't last so long, because of this unnecessary sharing of files. When you share files so much from your phone to another person's phone, this is a gadget, it's a device. There are so many viruses in it. If it's not your phone, if it's coming from an external source, there is a very high chance that it's going to be virus infested. That's just the truth. So when you continuously share files, share pictures, do all of these things with your phone, with an external device, it's bringing a lot of viruses in your phone. The years I use my Android, I changed phone a lot of time, because most time it stops working just from one issue to the other. Maybe sometime it starts freezing, or it starts slowing down, all those things, and it literally happens because of this exchange. Apple do not have that, and that is why Apple phones last a lot. Like, you can literally use your iPhone. If you're someone that knows how to use phone, you can use your iPhone for a long time, because the issue of getting virus in your phone is very low. The chances are very low, because Apple don't give you that opportunity to share apps with other iPhones, you literally have to get it from the App Store. If you don't have the money to get it, you just have to forget about it. I really like that. When I was using the Android, I didn't have so much spacing when it comes to getting a phone, because all the unnecessary sharing of apps, sharing of some certain files from an external device, it brought a lot of problems to the phones I use. And that's one of the reasons why you can never compare it when it comes to an iPhone. The exclusivity that comes with some certain things in an iPhone is what you can get in an Android. So I really found that really interesting, and it was of great advantage. So I felt like it's better for me like this. So let me just switch to an iPhone. It's way better like this. I don't need all those viruses entering my phone unnecessarily. So that is one thing. So another thing that I still find interesting with an iPhone would be, this is really basic, it's not a lot of things, but I really like the switching to silent feature. Like when you want to put your phone on silent, I just like that little dot. Like in an iPhone, by the corner there is always like a switch which you just click down and it goes on silent. It is very handy. I find that very handy. Like if you're somewhere and you don't really want to bring your phone out before you put it on silent, you can just find your way to that switch and just turn the phone, put the phone on silent. Like it's way easy. I know that in an Android you can maybe long press the volume key and your phone goes on silent, or you have to open up the phone to put it on silent. I don't like that. The idea of just switching it down for it to go on silent, I just think it's way better. It's very basic, it's a basic feature, but I just find it interesting. So it's really something I find interesting in an iPhone. So another thing that I like too is the idea of buying music from Apple. I know some people will be like, okay, it might be expensive, or maybe you might not really have money to keep up with the subscription, the Apple Music subscription. Fine, no problem. But I think it's way better than when you are using your Android, that you can actually go to some torrent sites to download music. That doesn't really give originality, because when you buy from Apple Music, you know that you are getting from the right source. You are actually getting everything you want. The beat is intact, the voice is intact, the vocals are intact, like everything is intact. When you download free music, free things are free things. You might not really get the best out of it, because when I was using my Android, I had experiences, you know, when I go to these sites to download music, you might get a dubbed version of it. You don't get the original version, and you wouldn't know. You just download it because it looks like the main thing, so you download it. It's not when you start playing it that you get to understand that the beats are not the same, the vocals are not as it's supposed to be, like the originality is not there. But when you get from Apple Music, you know that what you are paying for is what you are getting, and you are getting everything. There is nothing like dubbed, there is nothing like fake. It's just what it is. So I just find that interesting personally. Everything I'm saying in this video is personally. It's just what I find interesting that actually made me switch. So that originality of getting music from Apple Music, it's the best. It's the best. No copyrighted version, nothing, no dubbed version, no fake version. Everything is just how the artist released the song to be. You might have to pay, yes, you have to pay an amount for that, but I feel like it's worth it. And it's not so expensive to pay, so you can actually pay for that. If you can subscribe your phone every month or every week, I think you can pay for Apple Music. So another thing that I find interesting is the exclusivity of some certain apps. I'm going to emphasize on FaceTime and Safari, because FaceTime and Safari are very exclusive to iPhone. Android doesn't have FaceTime, Android doesn't have Safari. I know that some Android users will be like, okay, I don't need that. No problem. I'm just talking about in general sense. Almost everybody wants to FaceTime. Like FaceTime, it's like the popular thing or a huge thing right now. People want to just have that feeling of having a FaceTime. So how Apple tries to make their application so exclusive. Like if you're FaceTiming, you feel hyped or like bougie. You just feel like a certain level, or you feel like you are on a certain class, a certain level. It's interesting. Just that idea that this app is exclusive to iPhone users. You know that if you're doing FaceTime with somebody, you're only doing that because the person has an iPhone. I just find it interesting. I really do find that interesting. It makes me remember like during the days of BlackBerry, the idea of pinging. You only ping with people that use BlackBerry. So that exclusivity makes it have a certain class on its own. It has a certain level that it places just the idea that you are doing this. I can't have a FaceTime with an Android person because it's just not the way Apple has it. FaceTime is only for iPhone users. So that idea that I am FaceTiming or you're FaceTiming, it's just for iPhone users. So it makes it very classy. It puts it on the level of its own, and that is the kind of thing I actually like. So it's one of the reasons I actually switched to an iPhone. So the last thing that I just like about using an iPhone, it's the class that comes with using an iPhone. It's just what it is. The idea of using Apple, it's classy, it's expensive. So just that idea that you're part of a certain league of people that are making use of this type of gadget, it's one of the things that make Apple what it is. You can't take class away from Apple. They try to make their gadget in such a way that it is very exclusive. If you're using it, then you're part of like the important society. I don't know, yeah. But just that level, classiness, exclusivity that has to do with Apple, the Apple logo alone, it gives it so much power. You're just part of the clique. So I just like that about Apple. And you wouldn't blame them. Their devices are quite expensive. So when you have that kind of money to just spend on a gadget, on a phone, it's something to feel classy about, because not a lot of Android is as expensive as an iPhone. So it's just what it is. If you get an iPhone, you don't just buy the phone, you buy the class that comes with the phone. So these are just the small minor reasons why I left Android to an iPhone. So I guess I replied that for some people that had that much question. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for asking that. It really prompted me to make this video. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I hope that the features are enough for you to understand that switching to an iPhone is actually interesting. And just because you switch to an iPhone doesn't mean that you don't miss some features in an Android. And missing some features in an Android doesn't mean that you want to go back to an Android. You just miss those features. You don't want to go back to those features. There was nothing wrong with change. So thank you so much for watching. I'm still exclusively Esther. Please hit the subscribe button. I can't believe I'm saying this late. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, literally help me grow my channel. I'm going to appreciate that. Thank you so much.